This video is on how to calculate molar mass. I'm just going to do a quick example. So you're going to need your periodic table out, just like I have here, so you can follow along. So let's find the molar mass of NH4, parentheses with a 2 outside, so that's said NH4 taken twice, SO4. So the first thing we should do is we should list out all of the elements we have, so all the different ones. So in this one, if you count them up, you have a nitrogen, there is a hydrogen, a sulfur, and oxygen. Okay, so first step is listing them out. Second step will be to write down how many you have of each, because we're going to add up all of the parts. So you have to take into account how many nitrogens, hydrogens, sulfurs, and oxygens there are. So in this formula, there's one nitrogen in here, but the two, remember, distribute, so you have to multiply times everything you have inside the parentheses. So you have 1 inside times 2 would be 2 total. Another way to think of this is that you have NH4 twice. So you're saying you have 1 nitrogen here and 1 here. Together that makes 2. Hydrogen, same thing. 4 times 2 you're going to multiply would be 8. Or if you think of it in this way where you have the 2 NH4s, 4 plus 4 is 8. Sulfur, there's no subscript right here after it. Okay, and that doesn't mean 0. Remember, that means 1. So we're not going to multiply by the 4 because it's not outside parentheses. So there's only 1 sulfur. And oxygen has a 4 after it, so there are 4 oxygens. So the next step is to go to our periodic table. So we know how many of each part. We need to know what's the mass of each part. That's what we're going to multiply by. So you look up these on your periodic table and you find the number that is in red on your table, and you're going to round it to the hundredths place. That means 2 digits after the decimal. So for nitrogen, right here, that's 14.0006, I believe it is. I have a hard time reading that. That would be rounded to 14.01. So 2 times 14.01. All right, I'm going to do the same for hydrogen. Hydrogen's right here. That's going to round to 1.01. Okay, sulfur. Oops, wrong way. Sulfur is right here. And we're rounded to 32.07. And our last one, oxygen. We talked about this in class, oxygen being 15.9994. So just look at the third number after the decimal, which is a 9. And that affects the one before it. So that third 9 is going to make the second 9 round up. That's going to make the first 9 round up. And that's going to make the 5 round up. So you're actually going to write for oxygen 16.00. So now with these, you're going to actually multiply them out. So you use your calculator if you need that for this. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 14.01, which will give me 28.02. For hydrogen, I'm going to multiply 8 times 1.01. So all of the hydrogen together is 8.08. Sulfur, okay, times 1 doesn't change it, so 32.07. And oxygen, 16 times 4 will give me 64.00. Okay, so now I have the mass of all of the nitrogen, both of them, right? All of the hydrogen, all 8, 1 sulfur, and 4 oxygens. So those are all the individual parts. And what we're going to do with them is we're going to add them up. So you can type that in your calculator. You can do it on your paper. But you add those up, and it's going to give you 132.17. And don't forget your unit. Remember, this is called a molar mass, which means mass, you're going to have grams. Molar, you're going to have mole. Remember, you can abbreviate it by dropping the E. So the way we write this is the number of grams per mole. And we can just write per 1 mole, which is per mole like this. That's going to be an important number when you do your mole conversions, like in video 6.